going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm C.
I'm P. You just went from like high pitch to like
I
deep
know.
in like 2
I
seconds.
have range. I have range.
Like what's that? Oh, I'm C. I'm like what the fuck?
Today we're gonna be reacting to buying weed used to be insane. Tom Segura. She picked this one because she used to be a pothead.
Used to. I just don't smoke as much as I used to.
So you're not a pothead anymore.
I will always be
You
a
haven't been
pothead.
smoking like how long? It's been a while.
It's only because I can't get the stuff
It's
here.
been like by
I don't have any
a year, right?
dealers here,
It's been at least
okay?
a year, right?
No, it hasn't been a year though, because I used to smoke with
Oh yeah.
our roommates.
But yeah, so she saw it. She's like, "Oh, weed. Let's do that one." Potheads.
We like Tom Segura ever since Bike. He kind of like
Bikes.
won us over, and so as always, after the reaction, comment down below. Let us know what you think about the reaction. Let us know what you think about Tom Segura and this skit. Like the video.
I think it's a skit.
Yeah, when they do a comedic skit.
It's a skit. Oh,
It's a comedic
it's skit.
skit.
I thought skits was when they do like the YouTube like acting things. It's not skits, but like this is like a
Those are like
stand-up
plays.
comedian.
When you're acting something out, it's a play.
Doesn't matter. I guess they'll like tell us what it is. But let's go. See.
Whatever. Where was I now? You messed up my whole introduction thing.
Like, comment, subscribe, guys, if you like what we do, and yeah, hit the notification bell. Yeah, let's begin. See, bam, done, easy.
Smack you.
But we as a nation, we have been traumatized by these horrific laws and people being imprisoned for having weed, and it highlights the absurdity of not only it having been illegal.
Actually, before we continue, we mentioned weed in this reaction. A lot of people has been accusing you of being high in these reactions.
And I'm not.
She's not
That's
high.
the funny part.
She's just tired.
I've never been high any time that we've recorded. Not once. But yet,
Well, people will be like, she looks so high. Like, she's just.
I think
high
it's
right
just
now.
like naturally in my system because
I think you're
I've
just tired.
smoked
Like
so
when you
much.
come back from work, sometimes you're more tired than other times, so you just seem like you're high,
I
but
don't
you're
know.
not. Oh yeah, let's start over because I messed it up. Let's go.
Horrific laws and people being imprisoned for having weed, and it highlights the absurdity of not only it having been illegal and so crazy for so many years, but also highlights how the next generation will not believe our stories about it at all. There's a 0% chance they will understand what we're talking about. It'd be like trying to tell a kid now, like, hey, pigeons used to deliver messages to people. They'd be like, the fuck are you saying right now? It'll be the same thing. I'm gonna sit my son down one day and be like, when I was your age, to get weed, I almost died. And he'll be like, why? Was 7-Eleven on fire? They didn't sell it at 7-Eleven. Daddy used to get in cars with strangers. Where are we going? Chill out. All right. The 3-hour round trips to buy weed. And if you're like, oh, what kind of weight were you moving? $20 worth of marijuana. That kind of major shit. I bought weed from a dude in a standalone trailer one time. Not a trailer park, a solo trailer. The most terrifying housing situation that exists. Like where other trailer people were like, get the fuck out of here. They kick him out. I just walk up to that shit, 15. This dude's like, you trying to get a sack? I was like, oh shit, yeah. He goes, we could go do that. And I was like, all right, cool. And he goes, we just need to go get it. I was like, you don't fucking have it? Isn't that your sole responsibility? So I tried to play cool. I was like, all right, let's go get it. He goes, I'll go get it. You stay here and watch my place. And I was like, okay. And he goes, there's a 357 and a shotgun on my bed. Anybody comes in here, blast them.
What?
Inside, paralysis. But what I said was, that's what's up. Like, yeah, man. And then he stopped at the door and he goes, but don't shoot my mom. I go, can we get a description before
Yeah,
we
right?
agree to terms? How about a height and weight on old mom? Not everybody agrees on weed. That's fine. I don't care. Like my parents, we don't agree. They're not cool with weed. I don't care. They're old. I still love them. My dad's a Vietnam vet. Some of them are cool with weed. Some of them are not. Some of them don't want to talk about Vietnam. My dad does. Some vets are like, I don't want to talk about it. And my dad's like, what do you want to know? Here's what I wanted to know when I was a kid. It's terrible to ask a stranger this, but it was my own father. And, I'd seen a lot of movies, so I'm like, you're in the war. Did you kill anybody? The first time I asked him that, he goes, no, I didn't. I go, all right, okay. A few years later, I asked him again, did you ever kill anybody? He goes, it wasn't like that. I was a lieutenant. I was in charge of people. It just didn't work like that. I said, okay. And then a few years later, I asked him again. I go, did you ever kill anybody? And he goes, I threw grenades into bunkers.
So every time he gets him like more.
Were there people in there? He goes, there were? Yeah. Just little pieces by the time I got in there. And then last year I go, did you ever kill anybody? And he goes, there's no better feeling than killing an animal. Whoa.
I had to go from like no to like.
I can remember the first time we ever talked about weed because it was Christmas Day. That's why it stood out. I was 12 years old. I think my sister brought it up. She was like, I want to smoke weed. And my dad goes, you want to know what I think of marijuana? And I was genuinely curious. I go, what, Dad? He goes, I was at a party one time, and somebody pulled out a marijuana cigarette. And I said, I'm out of here. And I was like, cool story, nerd. You got any other ones? And he goes, well, yeah, one time I was in Vietnam, and some Viet Cong tried to sell my Marines marijuana. So I found him, and I picked him up by his throat, and I threw him on the ground, and I put my M16 in his face, and I said, if you ever come here again, I'll fucking kill you. And I go, do you have any stories in between those two stories? Jesus, it's Christmas, bro. God damn. 2 years after that, there was a woodpecker fucking up our house. This will all make sense. Woodpeckers can really damage your house. I remember my dad paid a guy $500 to patch up that part of the house. A month later, the woodpecker returned. This time, my dad did not call the guy. He woke me up, his teenage son, on a Saturday morning. Picture you're dead asleep, and my dad whispering in your ear with his potent dad breath. He just whispers in my ear, dead asleep. He goes, I need you to shoot a bird. I just go, I don't do that. And he goes, figure it out. So I said, okay, Lieutenant. And I got an air rifle. I shot the woodpecker. I remember I shot it mid-peck, so it was going like, landed in front of me, so much bigger up close, really big, red feathers, distinct features. I was blown away. I bagged it up, I threw it away, and then I went over to my girlfriend's house. I started telling her family about it over lunch. I should mention, at the time, my girlfriend's family ran a wildlife conservation center. So
don't do that.
I didn't know my audience. I heard a few forks drop, and I look up, and her dad goes, oh my God, you killed a long-billed woodpecker. That's an endangered species. And I go, oh. I said, my dad made me do it. And he goes, how does that make you feel, knowing that you did that? And I said, there's no better feeling than killing the enemy. It's fucking awesome. I loved it. Those birds are extinct now. I did that shit. I don't give a fuck. I'm crazy. So...
Oh my God. Okay.
I like when they bring it back to like the previous joke.
So, but that shit is true. You don't even know what you're getting yourself into when you're going to get, especially in states where it's like totally illegal, flat, like people be getting arrested off of like.
But I think it's a amount, right? Like if you have an amount, then it's like you get arrested. But if
I
you
think
don't,
it depends on the cops. Some cops just don't give
I
a
don't know,
shit.
man. I
And
gotta
they'll throw
look
you. They'll throw you in jail maybe for the night. Like they can't keep you because of the amount, but they'll throw you in jail for the night.
I don't
just
know.
because.
I gotta look at the things. I think if you have a certain amount of pounds, it's like intent to
Yeah,
sell.
if you
know
have
what
a
I mean?
certain listen, I know.
So
If you have a certain
you know.
yes, I know.
So what are the laws on weed? Do you know the laws? So you don't know. You just assume you know.
Shut up! I'm trying to have this conversation here. God, you annoying.
Go ahead, have a conversation.
It is.
Go ahead, sorry, go ahead.
No,
Go ahead.
no, you know more than me. Go ahead.
I said
tell
I
the
don't know.
audience, you non-smoker.
I didn't
Go
say
ahead.
I'm non-smoker.
Tell
Is
them.
that what I'm telling now? Is non-smoker?
Yes.
I didn't say I
You
don't know.
annoying
That I've-
ass deserve
but
a
I've-
slap
but
in the
I've heard
face
that
ass,
it's a-
non-smoker ass.
But I've heard that it's in my
I don't
Go
care
ahead.
what you
Go
heard.
ahead, finish your thought.
It depends on the amount for how long they hold you. But it depends on the cop if they want to be an ass. If the cop wants to be an ass, he could throw you in jail for overnight. He could bring you home. Sorry, got something in my eye. Bring you home and rat you out to your family, and that's even more trouble than probably the police are, depending on who your family is. Or write you up a ticket for some lame reason. That doesn't involve weed, just whatever. So it really depends on, like, are you really looking this up?
So it says more than 20 grams is a felony. I don't know how much to take you in jail, but go ahead. I'm just looking it up. Go ahead. Are we done with?
I don't like you.
Are we done with your? So it's not weird how it's federal. It's not allowed,
Because
but
it depends on the state
allow the
law.
state-
Some
exactly.
states allow weed, some states allow only medical marijuana, some
Yeah.
states don't allow anything. So it really depends.
but I'm saying it's weird. Like you live in a country where each state, it's like the laws can change in each state. You know what I mean? How somebody like it's like the state say it's legal, right? But then if a federal agent come to arrest you, then they can arrest you. Or is it like if you were in the state itself that no one can arrest you for it? I
I
don't
think
know.
federal is federal. And state
I'm
is
saying
state.
the federal has its own like territory, state of the own territory. Like probably if you're in federal land, then they can arrest you for it. But can they still arrest you for it if you're like if you're in the state land? You know what I mean? I guess they tell us in the comments. But all right, guys. Educate us about the laws of weed use and stuff like that. So yeah, you guys answer us?
Like,
Comments.
subscribe. Bye.